What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins, Mattel Creation exclusive, Fang-Or and Lady Slither. So these are pretty cool. We get more Snake Men characters. So first we have Fang-Or, which looks pretty awesome. That comes with these tusks that you can put in his mouth. So you can see the picture back there with the long fangs. So he looks pretty cool there. Again, part of the Snake Men. Looks pretty awesome. And these are pretty cool with the Creation exclusive where you can slide the backs out there so you can get access to your figure and still have it stored if you want to place it back in. So love that they do that packaging so we can store our figure if we want. And then we get Lady Slither, which looks pretty cool in this nice awesome box design. Of course, looks like she's a Medusa type character, so we have face with the snakes all around her. So that looks pretty cool. On the back, it just has a little bit of her story, but love the snake, love all the snake scaling and stuff. So we do have a story with this. So we originally bought this, got it from Mattel Creations, ordered it, and then it got shipped to us, and we were completely missing the Lady Slither out of it. So this whole figure was completely missing. So we contacted Mattel, and customer service said, well, they don't have any replacements, so we'll just have to get our money back. So we had to ship this whole thing back and get our money back. So we were out Lady Slither. So unfortunately, we had to go on to eBay and buy some ones. Thankfully, they weren't too much. Unfortunately, we had to do that just to be able to get her, and we got a complete one this time. But she looks pretty cool there with her all green skin, and she can switch to having a half body there. That's all snakes, so that'll be pretty cool to do. Again, as another character of the Snake Men and one of their leaders, and pretty cool artwork with the Snake Men up top there, and then similar artwork with two people on the side of her there on a throne. So that looks pretty cool as well. So now we have Lady Slither and Fang-Or to add with our Snake Men. So I'm excited to check these out. So let me get them out of the package and we'll take a look at them together. So we're going to start off with Fang-Or, which is the engineer for the Snake Men, and his feature is that he can remove his fangs and use them as knives. So he looks good here, just looks like a Snake Man, not too much different from the others. Like, obviously he's different, like almost none of the Snake Men are identical, but he just looks, all green and sort of scaly, so it's like the segmentation and scales on his body, and so he's got the snake motif like all the other characters, but it looks good with the all green skin. Love his head design, it's something different there. Love like how it comes to the point there in the back with the big protrusion above his eyes, his yellow eyes there. Of course, his mouth open with those fangs that we can replace, and you can kind of see a snake tongue back in there as well. And then he's got a set of armor on, so this nice brown armor lined with gold with some snakes coming over the shoulders, so that looks good. I like how they run all the way around there. Belt around the waist with a nice gold, so it looks like the championship belt with a nice gold snake and some tan fur. He's got some brown and gold guards there on his forearms and brown and gold guards on his shins as well, so those look pretty nice, more detailed, where these are just flat painted on there. These are nice details with the gold, and then he's got the three-toed feet there. So overall looks pretty good, I must say. But we'll do the movements, so the head will twist all the way around, look down that far and up that far. So pretty decent movements there with the head, shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint. That's a little bit stiff on this one, but can bend there to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist will twist all the way around and hinge back and forth. Then we have the twist at the waist, so it'll twist all the way around, and then we get the hips that can come up a little and out to the side. That single knee joint that bends back to 90 with the rotation in it, and then we also get a shin twist right there at the top of the boot, so that twists around and the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So all the same movements we've had with the MOTU figure, so nothing new. But then we get his accessories. So as I mentioned, he has the fangs that he can take out, so we get an extra set of fangs with nice long fangs there, so we can just grab onto these. They're a little bit hard to get out, but you just got to grab onto his front teeth and pull them out, so they just come out like that. So that's what they look like, so like almost like a set of dentures. And I love how he's got the like toothless look there. That's pretty funny. But then we can just take this one and slide it back in there, and now he's got the big long tusks like a walrus, so that looks pretty cool. Definitely looks awesome there. Of course, it doesn't function that way, but like I said, and like the show and stuff, he can take his fangs out and use them as daggers, but they just sort of stick on him there. But I love that look. And then for weapons, he comes with a sword, so he's got this nice awesome looking sword, all in gray, but nice like cool like curves to it and serrations, and just looks really cool. So let's put this in his hand. So there he has the sword, and because he is the mechanic of the Snake Man, he does also come with a wrench, and I like how it almost has like a snake motif to it itself, so it looks kind of like a little snake creature, but nice gold wrench. We'll put this in his other hand. So there's Fang-Or with all his weapons, and that looks pretty cool. A nice awesome figure. Overall, I feel it'd be pretty boring if he didn't have those long tusks that sort of separate him out, but now with having him, we can bring in the rest of our Snake Men. So there's Fang-Or with the rest of our lower level Snake Men. Looks pretty cool there, so building out this Snake Man army looks pretty awesome. Still have more to go, but I think he looks cool with what we have so far. And then we have Lady Slither, which was the vicious leader of the Snakemen, and joins with the resurrected King Hiss to wreak havoc on Eternia. And her cool feature is that her lower half transforms into a snake tail, so we'll get to see that. But overall, she looks cool. You know, reminds me a lot of Teela just with her design, just in the green, so almost like that Snakeman version of Teela. And overall, looks pretty nice with the all green skin. We've got her face there, which just, you know, looks like a female face with her hair all up in this crown. So she has this nice gold snake crown, a little bit of paint issues there, but her hair is all coming down, looks pretty nice design wise. And then she's got this purple cape, so little shoulder pieces off to the side and the plastic cape hanging down there in the back. And then we go to her outfit. So she's got a lot of this like reddish brown outfit. So she has like the bikini top with the snake fangs on it and the Snakeman logo in the center, bands on her arms and guards there on her wrist. The same color of belt and underwear, furry underwear there for her green legs going down to the boots, where she has like the Teela boots with the fur at the top and the same reddish brown color in the boots. So overall, I think she looks pretty decent. But for movements, we'll get her head. It'll twist a little side to side with the hair in the back. You don't really get too much, but just a little side to side. And then it can rock back and forth very little as well. So not much for her. Shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist will twist around and hinge back and forth. Then we go to the twist at the waist, so twist around there. The hips can come up to 90 and out to the side. Single knee joint that bends back that far, so under 90 and has rotation. Shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So it works just about like the Teelas we've had before, so again, nothing special or out of the ordinary. But then we get her accessories, and as I mentioned, she transforms into a half snake. So we get this half snake piece that has some rotation and movements in it. So we get the lower tail segment, which doesn't really do too much. It's a little rock back and forth, that or it's too stiff or something, not sure, and has a little bit of rotation in it. And then we get the different segments. So they do have some rocking back and forth and then rotation. So each of those has the different movements. So we can get all those all the way up to the hips where it just sort of twists around there. So we can switch this out, so it gives us this nice like new skirting piece to attach onto it. So with these figures, all of them can do it. You can just split them in half. So you just split her a half like that, and then you can take the top half and stick it onto the snake body. So there she now has the snake body. Of course, she'll have to get it adjusted to hold her up and not rock or anything, but there she is on the snake body. So she looks pretty cool just overall having that lower snake body. And then for accessories, we get this snake staff, so similar like we've seen with Teela and stuff. So we get the staff with the snake on the top of it. So let's put this into her hand. So there she has the snake staff, and then she also comes with the dagger all in the yellow as well, which sort of has a little bit of a snake motif, maybe a fang there on the end and some claws or fangs there with the nice Chris-like blade. So let's put this in her other hand. So there we got Lady Slither now ready to rule over the Snakemen, and to go along with her, as I said, we do also have King Hiss there. So we have King Hiss and Lady Slither, and I thought she would be taller than all the other characters, you know, with this lower body half. I figured she'd be taller, but she's actually about the same height as King Hiss, which is pretty crazy. So they fit there pretty well together, and that looks awesome. So now we just need to do King Hiss with all his yellow snakes coming out of him. So they both be mostly snake characters, but it looks pretty awesome for Lady Slither now to add in with our Snakemen, and now, like I said, to rule over them. So she looks pretty awesome. Well, that's going to be it for these Masters of the Universe Origin Mattel Creation exclusive figures of Fang-Or and Lady Slither. Both are really cool. Like I said, just continuing our ranks of the Snakemen. Both fit in pretty well with that as our leader and another henchman of the Snakemen. And both are really cool. I love the design of them, the uniqueness of them and everything. So pretty cool figures to add to the collection. So let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.